We are back in the Weather Center with Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Perez. Jennifer, it seems a little early to be talking about wildfire danger, but here we are. It's the result of the season we've had.
Yeah, lack of snow and a warm pattern we've had this past winter has led to very dry conditions out there now. We don't have much for a snowpack, just a few of those higher elevation spots where we do have a little snow that's still kind of hanging around. Today, though, we do have a wildfire danger risk along the Wisconsin state line. There's a moderate risk for Iron County, and there is a high risk for Gogebic County today. This is why we have high pressure that's been dominating our weather here since yesterday, filtering in some very dry air. And it's given us the sunshine and the warmer conditions. So it's been nice to kind of get outside in. However, once we start to see winds pick up just a little bit more and some more conditions come into line, that's where that wildfire risks exist along the Wisconsin state line. Winds this morning are light. They're out of the northeast. Relative humidity values will be decreasing along the Wisconsin state line. So by about mid-afternoon, it'll be less than 30%. When you factor that in with the dry weather we have, the sunshine, the warm conditions, and that light breeze, that gives us that wildfire risk. And again, only for those folks along the Wisconsin state line. Tomorrow, we don't really have that risk coming into play because we have more moisture that will be moving in. Relative humidity values throughout the day on Thursday and Friday will be a little bit higher. However, with that being said, these are the things that you need to be aware of. We need to make sure that we are avoiding brush burning, especially on days where we do have windy conditions and low relative humidity readings. Currently cured fuels like those brown grasses are more susceptible right now. Grasses aren't really matted down because we don't have that snowpack, so they are drier and more easily ignitable. And then also make sure that we're keeping our vehicles off of dry grasses. And also something that we haven't really thought about, but we should be thinking about is those typical wetland, marshy land areas are actually drier than normal now this year because of the lack of that snowpack. So we will continue to likely have that continue to dry out as the drought conditions also expand. And we're going to also make sure that we are monitoring and being mindful of where we're putting out our cigarette butts, and also make sure that any equipment that could spark up, we keep off and away from any dry vegetation. So those are just some tips to keep in mind, because we will have the wildfire season happening way sooner than earlier, by at least a month to 2 months ahead of schedule because of the pattern we've had. We will have a great day to get outside though, so if you just want to enjoy the sunshine, it'll be nice with mid to upper 40s inland, lower 40s along the shorelines of the Great Lakes, 20s for our overnight lows tonight. Tomorrow, some similar temperature ranges with those mid to upper 40s, especially in the interior areas. Here's your hour by hour for today. Wind flow out of the east with speeds of around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Clouds increasing a little bit more for tomorrow. And then on Friday, plan on a cloudy day with a frontal boundary bringing in some very light rain and snow mixture late in the afternoon and evening across the central and the eastern counties of the UP, extending into Saturday morning. Friday through the weekend will be a little bit cooler. We will have more seasonal temperatures as our high temperatures will be ranging into the 30s throughout those days. But again, it's short-lived. We continue with the seesaw pattern. After those 30s, we're back to above normal conditions next week.
Well, if nothing else, we're used to this by now, so
yeah,
carry on.
That's right.
Carry on. All right, thanks, Jennifer. Coming up, we are checking out new artwork on display at 0 Degrees Gallery.